in October, I spent a week in New Zealand speaking to the New Zealand Institute of Management and then a collaboration of Asia Association of Management Institutes. So here were leaders from all over Asia, all over New Zealand. Now, it was a fascinating week, and I did a lot of PR, but the live television, 6:30 news, 6:30 in the morning, millions of people looking. What was the one question I was asked? Mrs. Hesselbein, what is the impact of corporate scandals in the United States? Now, they knew all my background. They knew all about that marvelous conference. The one thing they wanted to ask me, corporate scandals in the United States. Recently, I spoke to SWIM. They're not aquatic stars. They're Sloan Women in Management at MIT. And they had looked at the all the news of corporate scandals. They decided they should serve on boards of directors. But instead of saying, well, I'm so bright, I have an MBA from Sloan, they said, what are the questions we should ask first? And I think that is the answer to your question. What are the questions we ask before we go on the board? And once we are on the board, do we have the courage to ask the questions that should be asked? Because if, as part of governance, we're responsible for total transparency, total trust, we ask tough questions. And governance in this country, not everywhere, but in these conspicuous cases, they never ask the questions that we are committed to ask. So it was maybe being overwhelmed with the honor, maybe it is director's fees, whatever the reason, it was more a social experience than a tough managerial governance experience.